Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Nishal Shrestha, and today I'm going to discuss in brief about writing case report and getting it published. So let's begin. So suppose you find a case and you think it's really an interesting case and it's a rare case and you want to get it published. Then what you should do? First of all, you just go into Google Scholar, or you can search in PubMed also. PubMed, okay. Type the title of the case you want to publish and just know about the case, whether the case is uh, a rare case or there are lots of articles already been published. Just try to find out, and after that you should go for searching journals. Basically, there are two kinds of journals. One is subject specific journal. Suppose you have a case of surgery, then there are certain journals that publishes cases from the surgery only. They do not accept cases from orthopedics or internal medicine. So you have to decide whether you want to submit your article, your case into that subject specific journal, or there are another group of journals that are general journals. So let's see here, it's another of surgery, it's a subject specific journal. Okay, so there are other journals that are subject, that are general journals. They are general in a sense that they accept the cases from every field. Like there is annals of medicine surgery. This journal accepts cases from every field. It can be medicine, surgery, orthopedics, ENT, everything. And there are other journals like Oxford Medical Case Report, and other like Wiley Clinical Case Report, Wiley Clinical Case Reports, and Clinical Medical Insights Case Reports. There are lots of case reports journals. So you decide where you want to submit, and there are other factors that will help you to decide. Like there's an impact factor also. Impact factor shows how many times an articles in a journal have been cited. Let's see, let's go into the Oxford Medical Case Report. Here it shows that the impact factor of this journal is 0.5, means an article of these journals have been cited 0.5 times in an year, or in a year, in 2 years duration. Let's see clinical medical insights case reports impact factor. Just go into the journal website, and then you can find here it's written 0.8. So impact factor is slightly more than the previous journal. And another factor is you have to look uh, into the site, and you have to find out whether the journal waives the article processing charge or not, because the journals usually they ask to pay around $2,000, $3,000 after your case. If your case is accepted, then they will ask such a huge amount. It will be difficult for you to pay that. And there are journals like Oxford Medical Case Report, Clinical Medical Insights, that they waive the article processing charge, that is APC. They fully waive if you belong to the low income countries. I belong to Nepal, so the journals they provide 100% discount for my article. But there are other journals like BMJ, British Medical Journal, that provides only 50% discount to my journal. To my article. So how they decide whether whether to provide you waive, or whether to waive the full article processing charge or not? They will look after the details of the corresponding author. The corresponding author is the author who submits the case into the journal. So they will try to find out. Suppose I am the corresponding author, I am submitting an article into the journal. Then they try to find out. They will ask, where do I belong, and then as I belong to Nepal, then they will automatically give me 100% discount. So they will look after the corresponding author address. Okay, Okay, so this is all about choosing the journal. So suppose you find out that the Oxford Medical Case Report would be suitable for you, it will take less time for publication, then okay, you can go for the Oxford Medical Case Report. After you decided that you want to submit your article in Oxford Medical Case Report, then you go for, you have to download the consent form of this journal. Every journal has its own consent form. So, and it's must to take consent from the patient before making any case report. Okay. So here it is the consent form of this Oxford University Press. You just download it and then fill up by yourself, writing the details of the patient. uh, and important thing, you just keep it yourself. You don't need to submit it into the journal, but in case the editor asks you to provide him or her the consent form, then only you need to provide. Otherwise you don't need to submit this, you don't need to show them the consent form. Okay, but it is better to take it before writing the case report and keep it yourself. Mm. And then after doing all this, okay, so now you are ready to write a case report. But how to start writing case report? So most of you will find this a difficult task in the beginning if it's your first case report. But it is not as difficult as you think. What you have to do is you just search the recently published article in the journal. Here are the latest articles. You go through any one of these. Let's go into this pulmonary embolism. Here you can see this article, and you just look through the format of this article, how this article is written. Here is the journal article title, and then here is abstract, keywords, use subject and issue section you don't need to write. Introduction part, then case presentation, and then there comes a discussion part. Then there is these all things: conflict of interest, funding, ethics, approval, consent, guarantor, these and these, and there comes reference in the last. Let's talk in brief about these titles and subtitles. So here is the title, and here are the author details, and here's an abstract. Regarding abstract, most of the journals they limit the word. You know, you can write abstract only up to 150 words in most of the journals. In Oxford Medical Case Report also, you there's limitation of words. Abstract should be written within 150 words, and then comes keywords. Uh, while writing keywords, it would be better if you go and search miss keywords and try to match the your keyword you want to write with this one. Suppose you want to write a keyword as typhoid fever, and you just go and search in the exact match whether you will find this title, this word in this maze or not. So here maze heading is typhoid fever. Okay, and there are other terms you can write, like into terms like injury fever, this one. So uh, you can, so your maze heading shows typhoid fever, so you can write typhoid fever as a keyword. Okay, so this is the way you should try to find out whether the your keywords you want to write is okay or not. And in introduction section, most of the journals they would prefer writing introduction up to 100 words or 150 words, not more than that. So you just look after the policy of the journal, and then you just write the introduction part in brief. And then comes case presentation. You have to write about the case history, what you did for the patient, what you asked, what you did investigation, and what treatment you provided, and whether you followed up or not. These all things need to be written in case report. And here are the images. uh, let me talk about the images. The images should be of high quality. You can convert your images into high quality image in Google also. You just type online conversion of image into DPI, and then convert your image into 300 DPI, 600 DPI. That's high quality image. And while submitting your manuscript means your case main part, you don't need to put article in the middle. You just what sorry You don't need to put image in the middle. You just put the image after the reference part while submitting. Just don't put in the middle of this manuscript. Just put it in the below of the page, just below the reference. Or you can submit your images in a separate section. There is a different section for the figures or images, so you can submit in that part also. Then there comes discussion. Yeah, this is all about literature review. You just search literature similar to your case report and then just write it. And there comes conflict of interest. You should mention whether there are any conflicts of interest or not. And funding, you don't get fund for the case report, but in case you get that, you can write. And ethics approval, in our part, in most of the hospitals, they don't require ethical approval to write a case report, because you are not going to intervene. You are not going to do anything to the patient. You are just going to ask about his or her case. So no need of ethical approval, but some hospitals may ask you to take ethical approval, and then you have to take it from the IRC, institutional reviewer committee. Okay. Like in this case report, the ethical approval has been taken, but most of the hospitals, they don't ask you to take ethical approval for case report. You just write no ethical approval was required for these cases. And there comes consent. You have to mention written patient consent was obtained, but you don't need to show. And guarantor means you should write name of one author who will take the guarantee. Suppose an editor might ask you the cases, someone might question about the case, and there should be one person to reply all those queries. Okay, so you just write the guarantor name and then references. Most of the journals, they just ask to write references only up to 10. It is not good to write references more than 10 for case report. Some journals ask you to just provide references only up to 5. Some limits its amount up to 10. So it varies according to the journal, but it would be better if you just limit the references up to 10 only. Okay, not more than that. Not more than that. Okay, so this is about the format of case report. And yeah, I already told you about the images. You just submit images in a different section. Now after preparing the case report, now what you do is you make a cover letter. You have to write a cover letter to the editor. Here is the format, here is the date, and here you have to write to the chief editor, Wiley clinical case report. You have to write Oxford medical case report if you want to submit to the author, Oxford medical case report. And you write the subject, submission of manuscript of. Here you have to write the title of your case report, and then you have to write, dear chief editor, I am Nishchal Shrestha, I am corresponding author. So the name of the corresponding author should be written. I am Nishchal Shrestha, on behalf of my co-authors, I wish to submit this one, titled this one, for consideration of publication in your journal. And here you have to write this case highlights. You have to write the importance of the case. You have to write the message the case report will convey. You have to write why you have written the case report. You have to mention whether it's rare or it's unique or it's interesting or it will provide this important messages to the society. So you have to write about that, and then you have to declare that this is new. This is your own case report. You are not submitted this to another journal. Also, you have to declare those things. And then you have to write about yourself, name, affiliation, post address, email address. Okay, so you have to prepare cover letter also. And then important thing is what you do is you have to, it would be better if you make ORCID ID. just go into orchid.org, and then you just sign in, and you will you just register it, and then you will get 16 digit number. uh, so you just make orchid id, and then after this you just prepare a title page. In this title page you have to write about the author details. uh, just write the title of the article, then you write details of the authors, name of the authors in this way, and then write medical college or affiliation, and then detail about corresponding author, address, phone number, email address, and then again you write individually. Okay, authors name, medical college, address, email address, and orchid id here also. Okay, so you do all these things. Some journals they ask you to uh, write everything about the authors in the same manuscript, in the same file where you have written those case report, and some journals ask you to submit it separately. uh, so the Oxford Medical Case Report asks you to submit the author details in the same file, whereas other journals like Wiley Clinical Case Report, Clinical Medical Insights ask you to submit that in a different file. So you prepare this title page, or this called author details, and then you just make this and just upload in a separate section. Okay, so after doing that, now let's go into the detail of submitting the article. Now what you do is you have opened the the site, and then what you need to do is just click over here submit, and then you go into the submission site. Okay, so you just need to log in. So I just logged in into the I just sign up and then logged in into this Oxford Medical Case Report submission site. And then now what you need to do is just you go through every steps. Like in the beginning you need to say whether the article you have written is case report or it's related to the editor. Just click over here, and then you just copy paste the title of your article, and then you copy paste the abstract. Okay, so here it is word limitation is up to 150 words. Okay, so you just click save and continue, and then there comes another section for uploading files. Then you just main documents is the document where which includes the case history, all those about introduction, case report, discussion part, all those. So you just upload it over here, and then just and there are other options to upload your images. Other sections like you can upload figure. If it's black and white, just click over here. If it's colorful, then click over here. And if you have table, you can click here and upload your file. And in this Oxford Medical Case Report, it asks you to submit author details in the same manuscript in the main document. So it's no need to write separately. But if you want, you can upload that in supplementary file for review also. The author details you can submit that way also, and then you just upload the selected files and then save and continue. Okay, now you have to write about the author details. Here comes keywords. Okay, so this is not actually a keyword, this is a subject word. Okay, what this means is you have to help the journal to find the reviewer related to the subject of your case report. Suppose you have written the case report of ENT, and what you need to do is just search the keywords for ENT. Here it is vestibular medicine, so select this one and then add from the list. So it will have the journal to search the reviewer according to the subject. Okay, so this is about the keywords. And regarding authors, what you do here, my details is already here. Now how to add the co-authors? Just type suppose oj@gmail.com. Just type the email and search. It says no co-author found. Now you have to create a new co-author. So just click into the this one, and then write prefix, it's doctor, and then name, and then affiliation, and then click here to add another author, co-author. So this way you can write about you can add co-authors in this section. Now review preferences means you just suggest the journal that you know somebody who is expert in reviewing the article, who is expert in the field. You can mention user name and email address, but you don't need to fill up this section. And then there comes details and comments. So here you have to copy paste the things from cover letter, and you have to upload the file also, the cover letter you have to upload that also. And then you have to choose field option. So is there a funding? No. So no. And you have to mention the number figures, color figures or tables if there is any, and you have to write the number of words. In this section you have to count the number from the introduction part uh, till the part just above the references. Okay, what I mean to say is you just you don't need to count the words in abstract, or you don't need to count the word in you don't need to mention the word count of the references. Don't include references and don't include the abstract. Just include the word count from introduction part till the guarantor, as I mentioned about the guarantor or consent taken or not, that part, just the part just above the reference. Okay, from introduction to the part just above the references. You don't need to include the count, word count of references or the abstract. Okay, and then you need to confirm this, and you just need to provide consent, and then you just click save and continue. And then here comes the last part. Everything you submitted will be shown here, every details will be shown here. And then what comes here is view proof. There will be two options: view PDF file or view HTML file. You just click anyone, and then just suppose there's a view PDF file option, then you just choose view PDF file option, then your article will be submitted. If you don't select those options and just want to submit, but just want to submit, then it will not be submitted. You have to prepare a view proof. You have to prepare a proof file, and then you look after that file. If there's any mistake, then again go back and correct it. So you have to create the file, and then only you can submit it. Okay, so this way you can submit a file or your case report into the journal. Okay, so thank you guys. This was all about writing case report and the ways to submit it in and in a journal. Okay, so thank